I'd like to call to order the Hatfield Township Board of Commissioners Workshop Meeting for April 11th. Mr. Bebo, roll call, please.
Sure. President Zipfel. Vice President Hughes.
Here.
Commissioner Andrus.
Here.
Commissioner Rogers.
Here.
Commissioner Thomas.
Here.
Commissioner Andrews, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and then afterwards we could remain standing for a moment of silence? So for anybody that's not aware, Commissioner President Tom Ziffel's father passed away last week, so stand for a moment of silence, please. Thank you. If we can get a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Rogers, second by Commissioner Thomas. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any citizen comments on agenda items? Can I get a motion to enter in the consent items into the record?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Motion by Commissioner Anderson, second by Commissioner Rogers for the engineers report, police report, Parks and Rec board minutes, pool advisory board, Calmer Fire Company monthly report, North Penn Water Authority, and Hatfield Township Municipal Authority. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Committee reports, Planning and Zoning Committee. We have a land development on there for electrofluorocarbons. Can we get a motion for that?
So moved. Second.
I guess Mr. Rogers or Mr. Amy will lead us in this.
I'll see what I can do here. This project was before the board, I guess it was last month at the workshop, and we discussed the fact that electrofluorocarbons has asked to revise their final plan to reconfigure and add to the existing building that has already been constructed and is in operation. It results in a larger building and a larger canopy for storage of their product outside. And I believe the recommendation from the workshop was to move forward with preparation of a revised approval resolution. That resolution has been circulated to the applicant. It's been signed and returned to the township, so it is in order for the commissioners now to approve. So if there are any questions between me and Tommy Arndt from electrofluorocarbons is here as well, so between us I think we can probably answer them.
And this is getting moved now because it was ready, but there was some discussion on the traffic fee.
Our intention was to bring it before the board for the business meeting last month, and there was some negotiation, I'm sorry, not negotiation, some recalculation of the traffic impact fee, and once that was done and resolved, it came back before the board.
Okay. Does any commissioners have any questions? Anybody else have any questions? Call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Thank you. Next, you have anything else, Commissioner Rogers?
No, that's it.
Okay. Public Works Committee, the 2018 road program has been advertised for bids and will be open and ready to be awarded at the next meeting. The roads include Norman, Rebecca, Miller, Pine, Roosevelt, Bellevue, Stockton, Waterford, Westbury, Campus Drive, Lenhart from Wynn to Bethlehem Pike, Berge from Penn to Cowpath, and a portion of Township Line Road closest to Solderton Pike, and portion of Township Line Road closest to Hatfield, Solderton Pike. So it's quite a bit of road resurfacing we're doing to keep the roads in order throughout the township. And the other thing I have is in 2 weeks we'll be voting on the last two budgeted capital purposes needed to be approved, which is for a dump truck and an SUV for the Public Works fleet. That's all I have on the Public Works. Parks and Rec, Commissioner Thomas.
Just back up a moment for the bidding for the road construction.
Sure.
Just point out that we're actually coordinating with the HTMA, North Penn Water Authority, so that we're coordinating our efforts. So we're not having curb cuts and holes cut in the road. It's all being done simultaneously. So we're very aware of that. And Larry and the Public Works Committee has done a nice job making sure that effort continues.
Thanks for pointing that out, Jerry.
All right, thank you, Vice President Hughes. I'd like to start off by showing everyone, we received an award from the Pennsylvania Recreation and Park Society. It's presented to Hatfield Township for the Giving Tree in recognition of your efforts to promote parks and recreation as an essential community service. I'd like to congratulate Ashley O'Neill and staff for this award. What they did was over the holidays, sorry, they put a tree out in the lobby, and then they had cards on it so that people could come in and pick cards and purchase gifts for people less fortunate in our area. So it was a very successful program. I hope that we do it again this year, and maybe we'll get another award for doing that. But congratulations to Ashley and her staff, and I'm assuming you're going to. Okay, so Earth Day is coming up this Saturday, April 14th, and residents can recycle hazardous materials or shred personal documents at one of two locations from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Hatfield Township Public Works Complex and Republic Environmental Systems Stericycle. You can visit the Township website for a list of items collected at each site. If you're interested in volunteering to help with this year's Earth Day project, you can register by calling the Township Building 215-855-0900, extension 126. Volunteers will help clean up from 10 a.m. to 12, and then the volunteers will be served a pizza lunch. They'll enjoy some music and activities afterwards from 12 to 1. And the pizza for that event is sponsored by Vinnie's. The Five and Dime is this Sunday. So it's going to be a busy weekend for Parks and Rec. So this is our 9th annual Five and Dime race, Sunday, April 15th. You can register now for the 5 or 10 miler at www.runtheday.com. Features include a flat course, on-site parking, a tech or cotton shirt, music, and more. If anyone is interested in volunteering on race day, you can contact Ashley O'Neill at her email address, ao'neill@hatfieldtownship.org. Spring Fling, Plant Exchange and Community Yard Sale. That's going to take place on Saturday, May 19th for a kickoff into the spring season, if we ever see it. It's from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's at the Hatfield Aquatic Center. The Shade Tree Commission and Environmental Advisory Council will be out to offer advice, tips, and information as you start your gardening and select your plants. Bring any potted seedlings or other plants you would like to swap or share. If you're looking to do some spring cleaning, this is the perfect opportunity. So for $10 per table, you can sell your treasures or you can shop around. And to register for that, you can visit the hatfieldrec.com. The Aquatic Center season passes are now available for purchase. So you can take advantage of the new software and register online with no extra hassle or fees. And you can do that at hatfieldrec.com. You can visit the Township website for a full listing of available season passes and fees. The second discount of roughly 5% is now available, and that's only through Friday, May 4th at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So you want to make sure that you get in on that discount if you haven't done it for the first one. And then look for more information on swim lessons coming later in April. Preschool Sports Explorers. We're partnering with Cal Sports Academy to bring your little ones some early sports education. Join us for introduction to basketball, soccer, football, t-ball, and noodle hockey. Spring session will run May 1st through June 5th. That's on Tuesdays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's at the Hatfield Township Administration Building. This program's geared for children 3 to 5 years of age, and the cost is $75 for the entire 6-week session, and you can register for that at hatfieldrec.com. We're also teaming up with Cal Sports Academy for basketball clinics. So there will be Saturday clinic dates May 5th, May 12th. That's a special Mother's Day versus Kids game. So if you need something to do with your mom that day, bring her out for basketball clinic. And then the other one is May 19th. The times are for ages 6 to 10 from 1 p.m. to 2:15 p.m., ages 11 to 14, 2:30 p.m. to 3:45 p.m., and that will be at the Hatfield Aquatic Center. The cost is $25 per child. You can register for all 3 clinics at once and receive a $10 discount. And register at hatfieldrec.com. The teddy bear picnic is back and better than ever. Preschoolers and their guardians can come enjoy time in the heated fun pool, snacks, crafts, and more at the Hatfield Aquatic Center. Make sure that you bring your favorite teddy bear. Lunch is provided by Chick-fil-A, Wednesday, May 30th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Hatfield Aquatic Center. Sponsors and participating businesses include Chick-fil-A, Sky Zone, and Sports Performance Center. Pre-registration is required. The cost is $5 per child, and you can register by visiting hatfieldrec.com. And our Get Fit series continues. You can register for the following programs: the After Work Hustle, Mondays and Thursdays, 6:15 to 7. That runs May 7th through June 14th. There will be no class on May 28th. It takes place here in the community room, the Township building. Residents are $55, non-residents are $70. Yoga on Thursdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. starts May 10th and goes through June 7th, also here in the community room. That is, residents are $25 and non-residents are $40. Zumba is on Tuesdays from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. That runs May 15th through June 19th here in the community room. Residents are $30, non-residents are $45. And you can register for all of those at hatfieldrec.com. And last but certainly not least, summer rec camp registration is open. So camp runs for 9 weeks through June, July, and August. Registration is available on a weekly basis. There are several available discounts as well. The camp calendar and handbook are currently available on the Township website. So you can visit that for more information and details. I think that's all.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Next is public safety. President Zippel's not here, but I guess Aaron's going to give us some details on no parking zone on Moyer Road.
Sure. Thank you, Vice President Hughes. Just briefly, since we did discuss this actually a month ago, we discussed this in conjunction with the parking lot that's being constructed right here at this parcel right here, which the lines have not reflected the new subdivision and the new owner, which is the Township. As this, if, like Commissioner Thomas said, if spring ever arrives, we'll be able to actually build the parking lot, but we've been sort of in a stalemate due to the weather and the amount of wetness. So one of the feedback that we received from a lot of these residents while we've been out there, and with the addition of this parking lot, is the sightline issues that people have making, especially when they're going to be coming out of the new parking lot and also when they're leaving Schwab to Moyer. So our police chief met with some of the neighbors down there in the last few weeks and gave us a recommendation on what he thought made sense to designate the no parking zone. The specifics of where the signs will be is in the packet, but this is a rough general sense of where you'll see the no parking signs if the commissioners agree that it's necessary. The agenda item tonight is for the board to make a motion to advertise the ordinance if you want to move forward with this, which will then, the solicitor's office will advertise it for next week, and the commissioners will be in a position in 2 weeks at the regular meeting to approve the ordinance. And then police department and public works department will erect the signs, and hopefully the parking lot itself should be built. I don't want to commit to a time frame, but hopefully within the next month or so. So people, as the tournament season gears up for the softball league that is in Schweiker, there'll be 32 more spaces available in our parking facility than there was. Obviously, the long-term goal is to then acquire the other parcel, which we have a right of first refusal. The Township has a right of first refusal, and we believe that in the next few years we'll be able to accomplish that and then expand the existing parking throughout this whole area, which will then most likely, if not completely, solve the problem that's been occurring there for many, many years on tournament weekends. That's all I have, Vice President.
So
Just a quick question.
Please.
Will parking be 24/7 or weekends or 7? And all the residents along that roadway are okay with that?
That I did meet with are more than happy to be accommodating on weekends, during the week and nights for what they deal with on the,
Not really a good spot to park anyway at night, so,
now this-
yeah, yeah. So,
A lot of parking other than the weekends.
do we have a motion to advertise the Moore and Schwab no parking designation?
Vice President, we do have one question from the audience. Once, good question. Once you get into that area, you're in Lansdale Borough, so we don't have the authority. Right where the green line ends, that's the municipal boundary. We don't have parcel data for Lansdale. So this area is Lansdale. Lansdale's very well aware of it. It's you could argue that it's a bigger issue in Lansdale than it is Hatfield, and this whole entire area of Wedgewood often is very vocal to the Lansdale council members, which I know. So they are also working on some solutions, but I talked to the manager today to give him a heads up. And, obviously we're doing this project together jointly, but it's a good question and they're looking into it for sure.
Go ahead. Mr. Rudder?
Correct. It's going to be less than 32. There's going to be a net gain. It's not a perfect solution by any means, but it's a good observation, and we're absolutely aware of that. But it's the safety of the residents have to come first, and we've received a lot of complaints. But it's a fair point. I think one thing we could look into it while Commissioner Andrews brought up the 24/7 is something we could talk with the chief about, is maybe designated times for the no parking that really meets the needs of our residents, possibly weekends only or other days that they have heavy use, or evening hours, whatever it may be. I think to accommodate everyone, when the tournaments are, when the teams play.
Have the ball games going during the week as well, right?
You're right. So we'd have to look into the schedule. We have to talk with the,
Anytime after 6 or something like that.
I would imagine,
I
yeah.
really don't think a lot of the residents park on those
Never
streets.
seen people parking there.
That's a
other
good
than
point, too.
Occasional moment when perhaps we're having a party,
Right.
family party. So what you wrestle with, if you say dawn to dusk, that would certainly take care of the athletic traffic, the softball and baseball.
true.
But it certainly wouldn't allow the residents to have a party during the middle of the day either and have parking available. So we'll work it out. I'm in favor of making a change because it is terrible there on tournament weekend. It's just horrible.
I'm just wondering, why didn't we bring that all the way down to our, right before that other parking lot where Hatfield ends and Lansdale begins?
I think it actually will be. This is just a rough area as the
Okay.
talking point. Chief went out and actually
the ordinance
measured it
reads
with
to
a
the
wheel.
borough line. The
Yeah.
Lansdale
Okay.
borough
Yeah,
line
yeah.
is the word.
Yeah, he wheeled it, measured it, sent me the verbiage. And we'll see, but I think everybody's feedback is fantastic. And truthfully, there's no huge rush on this because the parking lot's not going to be built in the next 2 weeks. So we could pause, talk to some more people, and come up with maybe a better specific time frame for this, and then put it up when come back to you guys with more information.
I think it might
Good
be a good
feedback.
idea. I mean, and specifically, obviously, we're looking for feedback from the residents that live there on that road. Some way to accommodate other than doing a 24/7 restriction.
I think you could make the argument that the no parking on Moore and Schwab there is a good thing, and that we're able to build a parking lot to accommodate some of that lost parking is a plus, I mean, you could have the conversation about eliminating the parking there without the parking lot, but adding the parking lot lessens the impact of that.
Good, Commissioner.
Ticket or is there overnight parking allowed in those parking lots? I oftentimes see
Will do.
them occupied.
Yeah,
I believe so.
They do in snowstorms, without question, it gets full.
but even when there's no snow, I've seen people park there.
And perhaps,
For the routine night parkers.
and perhaps, as I'm talking about this, it's unlikely that someone's gonna have a party on tournament weekend or during the week that there's residents could actually use that parking space for their guests.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All good feedback. Appreciate that. And just so you know, too, we have talked to almost every resident in the vicinity, and they are thrilled. They've been talking to us about no parking signs for quite some time, we were really afraid to even bring it up because obviously, what, you know, Mr. Rutter said in other observations, there's such a limited amount of parking, and there's been cars egged, there's been notes put on cars. It gets ugly there on some of the, and there's 11 tournament weekends, big tournament weekends this year, 18. I was just talking to Lansdale about that. So there's no perfect solution to any of this. You know, in a few years, we get a bigger parking lot, that's going to help. But they're thrilled that we're considering this and have listened to them. Keep that in mind.
So I guess we're back to, do we have a motion advertised for Moore and Schwab no parking designation?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner
I'm
Thomas.
actually okay with it, go no parking. I talked myself into it by stating that that parking lot, when it's built, will accommodate whatever parking needs are required of the residents that are there, so.
Okay, so we have a motion by Commissioner Thomas and seconded by Commissioner Andrews. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thanks, Commissioners.
Okay, and next would be Finance Committee, Commissioner Andrews.
You know what, I don't have anything to report.
Okay, that means we're doing well.
We're doing well.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
All right, thank you. Township staff reports, Township Manager.
Yeah, I'm going to pass Vice President Hughes. Commissioner Thomas did a great job talking about the award that we were going to just thank and congratulate Ashley and her team, and Commissioner Thomas took care of that for me. So
Okay,
that's all
great.
I had tonight.
All right, and we do appreciate what Ashley and all the staff has done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Solicitor's report, do you have anything to report?
I pulled my hamstring today getting my paper, so I don't think it'll be a
I'll
raise.
second. I thought it was your ankle.
Did I say hamstring? I meant ankle.
Both.
And I'm happy to report that Villanova is national champions for 2018. Other than that, nothing else to report.
How about your sensitivity? Has that improved any?
Yes.
All right, so do we have any citizen comments? Okay, no citizens' comments.
Worst.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Mr. Forson. This weekend, as Commissioner Thomas mentioned, is Earth Day, so perfect timing. We have groups coming out to do cleanup. I'll talk to Ashley to see if maybe we can have them stop in that area. But if not, we have Boy Scouts and other groups reach out all the time wanting to do cleanup, so we'll point them in that direction. Great suggestion.
Thank you, Mr. Forst. Any other comments? I guess, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay, motion by everybody, and seconded by everybody. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, thank you.